following is a Learfield presentation of the Rhody Sports Network. This is the Tammi Reiss Show on the Rhody Sports Network from Learfield. Tonight's show is brought to you by People's Credit Union, the official credit union of URI Women's Athletics. New England Laborers, Liuna, Feel the Care. Pizza Gourmet, Rhode Island's Wood Grilled Pizza Crust, is a proud sponsor of URI Athletics. Haxton Liquors, where we buy the most so you pay the least. Newport Propane, Rhode Island's #1 choice for all your propane needs. Orthopedics Rhode Island, the official orthopedic and sports medicine provider for URI Athletics. Dave's Fresh Marketplace, better food, better service. Now, here's your host, Zach Austin.
Welcome to the Tammi Reiss Coaches Show, the first Coaches Show here in 2026. We got a packed house here at the Mews Tavern, and thank you all for coming out for our first show, or if you're listening back at home on the Rhody Sports Network. From Learfield, this is the Tammi Reiss Coaches Show, presented by People's Credit Union, the official partner of URI Women's Athletics, and by the New England Laborers, who are training tomorrow's workforce today to build tomorrow's communities. With cutting-edge facilities in Rhode Island, Massachusetts, and Connecticut, you'll gain the classroom and job site knowledge needed for a rewarding career in construction. Here with the head coach for the Rhode Island Rams, Tammi Reiss. And Coach, where do we start? 11 wins in a row, an 8-0 start to conference play. That 11-game winning streak is tied for it's the third longest in program history, and it's the third that has come under your watch as the head coach. So just to start, where's the team stand right now? I imagine you feel pretty good about where things are at.
Well, first I want to, everyone raise your glasses. Everyone pull the glasses up. Oop, pull them up. Here's to a great Rhody win last night, and even better Rhody fans. Thanks for showing up. Salute, everybody. And now, Zach, obviously, we feel really good about where we are right now, especially, there was no secret last night. It was a big game. It was a huge game. We knew it. Davidson knew it. And the way our team executed our game plan, especially in the fourth quarter, as a coach, you couldn't ask for anything more. We were very, very tactical and didactic in how we executed defensively and offensively. Although we didn't score in the final, 4 minutes, get a field goal, we got our players the ball to their go-to spots and either got fouled, got to the foul line and made our foul shots. And then defensively, we were just in the juggernaut. We put Dunn and Donovan in lockdown and held them below their season averages. So feel really, really good about where we are, how we're playing, but more importantly, how together and connected our team is and focused. So as a coach, that's all you can ask.
No question about it. For those who don't know, Katie Donovan for Davidson is the second best by percentage three-point shooter in the country, had 0 threes last night against Rhode Island's defense. And Charlize Dunn also under double figures in points. 17 wins on the season, 17-2, also matches your win total from a year ago. And it was an interesting comment you made post-game about your group and the way they play in the fourth quarter. You called them the heart attack kids, not just because they might give the other team heart attacks in the fourth quarter. What has made this group so good late in games? Because it feels like when the final 10 minutes go on the clock, they're just in a different zone.
I think last year, when we would get in the fourth quarters, we were in a lot of close games, and we didn't really have the go-tos yet. A kid that says, get me the ball, get out of my way. I can get my shot, my spot, or create for myself or anyone else anytime, any place. And so we've had some players grow into that, role, which is, Sophia V. Albina now wants the ball when it's go-to time, but we actually went out and got a couple players that we knew we needed offensively. One of them her name is Brooklyn Gray, and again, you go after a kid that has that swagger, has that confidence. She brings, not only can she get it done skill-wise on the court, but she just brings that to our team where they all believe that they'll get it done in the fourth quarter. And then we went out and we got a freshman that has that same kind of get out of my way. Doesn't matter if I've missed 20 shots in a row, I'm taking the game winner. And that's Vanessa Harris. So you have to have some kids on your team that can bring that can create, that can get their shot, that are extremely confident. So when we put this group together now, we are so versatile. You never know who the ball's going to in the end. It could be Palmyra, it could be Soph, it could be Albina, it could be BG, Vanessa. We have that now, where last year we were struggling, like, who's making the pass to even get the last shot in a game? It's why we averaged like 48 points a game. And so when we were constructing this team, we went out and found that. And it's worked out pretty well for us this year.
No question about it. And you talk about the versatility of scoring. You've had 2 double-figure scores in every game. I believe that ties the longest streak to start a season since you've taken over. And also in the fourth quarter, every game in this win streak, all 11 times your team has won the fourth quarter, and it's happened all but twice this season. And it's interesting when you look at this team as well in terms of personalities. Of course, you go for certain basketball traits that you're looking for, and you look for a lot of offense this year, but it feels like the team is gelling together so well on and off the court. The chemistry is off the charts. How did that all come together? Was that something you were looking for? Is that something that came together through progression through the offseason?
I think last year it was a very difficult season for a lot. Our team wasn't happy. Our coaching staff wasn't happy. I don't know about our fans, but it just wasn't a pleasant. It was like pulling teeth every day. And I when we sat down and really kind of assessed ourselves as coaches, I sat down and we've got to get better. But number one, I want to coach kids that are like or traits that I want in kids. And I want players that are confident, that are silly, that are extroverts, that are loud, that are goofy. I want to have fun, and I want them to have fun. And so we went out and we got some big personalities. And I think you can tell when you watch them play. Brooklyn Gray is one that, that's how I played as a player. You got to enjoy the game. Basketball should be fun. And when she came in, she kind of infused that. Now you watch Inez, and she's crazy, and Soph's able to be herself, and Albina. And now all the personalities came out. When I walked into the first team meeting, and they're louder than the music, or I can't get their attention, and they're all screaming and laughing, that's the kind of room you want to walk into. Whereas last year, you'd walk in and be dead silent. And it just wasn't the right vibe. And you've got to recruit kids that you want to coach that have that. And so that we went out and we got it in all ways, shapes, or forms. And when you get to know this group, they're goofy, they're silly, they're loud, they're fun. The bus before games is crazy. It's not dead silent. They're just that group. And so their number one goal this year was to have the best chemistry, the best culture, the best togetherness of any 8-10 team in the country, in the league, and then in the country. And that was number one. And I think they've done that, and I think it's why we've been so successful. They are just a really tight group.
You look at this team, they're very much in your image, more than in other teams you've coached before. And given that fact, it is worth asking, did you recruit any top pranksters kind of rivaling you back in your playing days? Has anyone played any pranks on you so far this year?
No one's got, like, they goof on me and they joke on me and things like that. No one's got me really badly, but they are like that. They'll goof and they joke, and they're nonstop pranking each other, which I love. And it's just, and it's funny because I know they're connected. When you walk into a meal room, and every meal they're sitting with different kids. It's not the same cliques. It's not the same tables. I'm like, wow, like every day it's someone different. They're hanging out with different people. They're eating with different people. They're talking. So you have a connected team when everybody gets along. And so it's just been, I think one of the reasons we have been so successful is they're very tight. They play for each other. They believe in each other. And they go to bat for each other. And when you have that as a coach, it gives me great confidence in them.
We're here with the head coach, Tammi Reiss, of your Rhode Island Rams, who are 17-2 in the midst of an 11-game win streak and a perfect start to A-10 play. When you look at this team, you talked about it a little last night as well. You recruited for offense, and that has shown up plenty this year. But especially last night, the defense really came through. And not only is you have the best defense in the league, you have the 7th best defense in the entire country. How did that come together? Is that just finding the right talent, the right pieces and meshing, or is that really just a belief in yourself in those situations to get the job done late?
So when we sat down as a staff, last year we were one of the best defensive teams in the A10 and the best rebounding team. That's been our staple, our go-to. But we thought, listen, we've got to go get offense. This is not a game, an enjoyable game to watch. We want to be able to score the ball. So, and I thought as a coach, and I'm a defensive coach first, I thought I can scheme. I can do some things as a coach that, we can cover that up, but we've got to be able to score the basketball. So we went out and recruited all offensive players. We did not recruit rebounding. We lost a lot of defense and a lot of rebounding when we lost AD and Awa. We just did. We lost a lot. And then we got BG and we got Tavi and we got these other players that were offensive minded. So the last thing we thought as a coaching staff when we put this group together was we were going to be a really good defensive team. What I thought was, I'll crack the whip. I'll make them play defense, but I'll scheme. I'll trap. I'll do some different things. We'll change coverages. We'll do all these things. And the one thing this team has, it's called grit and resilience. And I give it to them defensively. I get on them all the time, and I have to. But they've become good defenders because they buy in. And that's the other thing this team is. They're extremely coachable, extremely coachable. So when we say this has to be done and you've got to do this in order to win, they just do it. So they've never been known for their defense. Brooklyn Gray has never been known for her defense. Palmyra Mabu has never been known, but for some reason they come and they get it done. And so that's a tribute to them. They've bought in and they've worked really hard at it, but that is a little bit of chance and a little bit of just having a great group that says, listen, we're going to get it done for each other and we're going to be tough and we're going to defend. And that's on them. They've done an unbelievable job.
No doubt about it. And you talk about the fundamentals, too, and that goes to the point of this team being as coachable as they are. 10th in the country in fewest turnovers a game, and we'll get to this in a moment. Some games have started with bunches, and they've really tightened it up throughout. I believe also top 20 in the country in least fouls committed a game. When it comes to those things, the team's been so great, and that's, again, despite maybe some slow first quarter starts, and that it's interesting because it feels like this team hasn't quite hit their ceiling yet. What's the key to kind of unlocking that last aspect of getting off to a great start and putting an equal 40 minutes together, that same energy you say at the end of the game to the beginning?
I think it's the word you just said. They have to realize how hard you have to play for 40 minutes, and they'll tell you to death. I UConn them to death. Men or women, but really women, the way UConn women's basketball plays for 40 minutes, from the start of the game to the end of the game, it doesn't matter if they're playing the poor or the blind or they're playing Dawn Staley and the South Carolina Gamecocks. They show up for 40 minutes every day with that same energy. And you can't but help play well when you do that. And so there won't be any really lull. So we're working on our consistency with the energy and the commitment and lock in mental toughness for 40 minutes. That's just the buy-in. That's just maturing as players and understanding this is how we do it, this is our culture, and this is what we do every day. And you've got to teach that. That's not easy. It's not easy for some players that have not been held accountable for 3 years of their basketball career to go, you guys work this hard every minute. You hold us accountable to be this every minute. And if you want to be great and you want to win championships, that's what it takes. And so that's what they're learning is the consistency of energy, of compete for everything you do, practice to games. And once they get that, I think you'll see a little bit more consistency on when we're supposed to beat a team by 20, we'll beat them by 40. And that's what we're waiting for, that ceiling with this team.
I got to say, if that happens, watch out to the rest of the Atlantic 10 because this team's just hitting their stride right now. As we're a little past halfway through the season, we're here with the head coach, Tammi Reiss, and you talk about Dawn Staley in South Carolina, and we got a question on Twitter before the game from Ryan Center Wi-Fi. Shout out to them about a potential home-and-home series. I know you've talked about it here and there in the past, but also who would win in a one-on-one between you and Dawn Staley? That's the money question.
So we've been trying to get a home-and-home with Dawn, but it's hard with UConn and Dawn because they have so many TV games and so many commitments that they have very few windows for non-conference games. So there was one time where we were going to do it, and we would have had to rearrange our whole schedule. And so if we would have lost 8 games to get that one, Agnew would have killed me because he does our scheduling, and it's really, if it doesn't work perfectly, it's really hard with their TV schedule. But we've tried. We really, I wanted to take our team down to that arena to watch that, to play in that atmosphere, because it's incredible. It really is. UConn and South Carolina are just different atmospheres. You cannot simulate that. And then back in the day when we were in Virginia, Dawn could not beat me in a three-point contest, and I could not beat her in one-on-one. But now, Dawn has a really bad knee. She can't walk. I could take Dawn now in a one-on-one, and I'd make her go full court, so it'd be over.
Oh, I think a lot of people in the room would pay to see that, no question about it.
Although she wouldn't give up without a fight. She's bone on both knees. She'd still go, let's run it, and she'd compete till the death. She'd blow her knees out before she'd give up. I'm just telling you that. That's Dawn.
Two of the best competitors you'll ever see in the sport, you and Dawn Staley. I wanted to ask you as well about playing on the road, because you've been great at home as well. 9 wins in front of the Ryan Center crowd and in front of the home fans, but also 8 wins on the road, 7 in a row, which is tied for the longest streak in program history. How has this team been able to maintain that level of success? Because in a lot of these games as well, they're lower scoring, under 60 points. In all of those road games, you won every single one.
Well, I think I said this early. I think we're such a good road team because the girls love going on the road. They have a good time, but they also don't have to go to class, and they get to sleep in all day and just relax. I think they enjoy the road, and it's fun traveling with them. They're a good time. And again, being able to execute on the road in the fourth quarter, because we don't always shoot the ball well on the road a lot of times, but we figure it out in the fourth quarter. And when you have a good team, all that matters is you've got to be able to figure out a way to win basketball games. And I told them this the other day. If your shot isn't falling, what else do you bring to the table? What are you going to help us? How are we going to win these games? Are you going to rebound? Are you going to defend? Are you going to set good screens? Are you going to dive on the floor? And every fourth quarter, everyone does something that figures it out. How we're going to win a game as a team together. What do we need to do? And that's the biggest thing on the road, is you have to have a little grit and a little resilience. And again, that's what this team has. And so, going on the road, I'm waiting for the time we go on and we actually can have a nice 20-point lead and coast a little bit and get everyone in the game and play. And so, again, I'm waiting to hit that ceiling where we put 4 quarters together on the road and we just have a really good road explosive game. Hopefully that happens at Dayton this weekend.
You've talked about the differences between last year and this year, and it's easy to think, especially now in college basketball, you have a bunch of new players. It's been some of the returners that have been great contributors, and we have 2 of them in the room with us today, and Albina and Big Soph. And I'll start with Big Soph, because it feels like not only this year but last year as well, when conference play has started, she's just started playing at a whole nother level. A whole nother level of her game just becomes unlocked. What has made her so good in conference play? Turn of the calendar year, she's just playing at another level.
Well, number one, I'm gonna give Big Soph credit, because number one, she stayed here both semesters of summer school, and I mean, she just worked. And not many people know this, but she was extremely sick last year, and I mean sick. I don't even know how she played for us and practice, and she never missed practice, never missed games. And what she was going through, again, that she's just a tough kid, but she finally got healthy. We got her right, and she's like, Coach, I want to stay both semesters. I want to work, and with our coaching staff, and Jen Fay's father's here tonight, but I got to give Coach Fay, she does my guards, and her a lot of credit. All my position coaches, but Jen really works with the guards, and Jen puts in, and I mean, these kids live in the gym. Hours and hours of skill development with them. And the one thing Soph's really worked on is her finishing, her 3-point shot, and her leadership skills on how to lead us. And non-conference set her up, got her a little bit, but then we hit conference, and I mean, this is a confident kid now, and I can attribute it's like coaching Say Lassiter, where I can just look at her, I can scream at her, she just look at me, and we're on the same level now. Soph's not down here anymore. She's not a little kid anymore. She's running the team, and she can look at me. She's like, I got you, Coach. She can set me straight. This is her team now. And so that's the level of growth she's achieved, not just at the skill level, but the mental level of understanding the game and understanding her role within it. And now she's leading us. She's not letting me lead her to lead us. she is actually leading us, and she's got that confidence, and we've got that confidence in her. So, that's the ascension she's taken from that second year to her third year. Is she's become a true point guard. She's become a leader on and off the court. Every one of our team, they absolutely love her. They love her. She's a great teammate. And so, she's ascended to that. I've always said, Say Lassiter has been my favorite. It's like coaching a grown woman. Soph's on that level now. She's gotten to that level. So Say's going to be a little disappointed in that. But, that Say's helped grow that. And so I'm so proud of Sophie V. I'm so proud in every way, shape, and form on how she's grown herself into just a great PG.
It's great you mentioned Say as well, because although those two were never teammates, she's come back and worked with the team this year and has helped you guys get some big wins. So shout out to her. I wanted to also ask about Albina this year, because she's just a sophomore. It's her first year truly playing and starting significant minutes, but she's already in that leadership and that captain role. What does it mean to have her, have this level of success this early in her career and take this kind of charge?
We wouldn't be where we are without a big man. Albina's our true big, and we have one of them right now because everyone's hurt or ill or sick, and Albina's carried the load. But the growth from Big A's from her freshman year to her sophomore year is just, without playing a lot her freshman year, again, the off season, being with her national team, putting in the work, strength and conditioning, being able to really grow her movement as a big, a true movement of being able to run and defend, and her offensive skill set. That's her. And again, she lives in the gym. And I'll give Coach A and Coach Jax to be able to lead others. And that, again, that's why we're so good. We have so many players that are leadership, capacity. Inez being another one. You got Sophie V, you got BG, you got Albina. So, that's a tribute to Albina. She's just put it all together. And ladies and gentlemen, it's nothing different. It's called hard work. And if you don't have players that do it, you're not going to be very good. We just happen to have players that love it, and they do it every day.
It's been so fun to watch those two play this year, and Sophia Vital and Albina Syla will both join us on the next half of the show. But before we get there, I wanted to ask a few more questions. Some have come from the fans, but we'll start with this question. You mentioned it before, not just this year, but in years past, about the national recognition doesn't mean as much to you. 9 votes, though, in the AP Top 25, most in program history, 4 as well in the coaches poll from USA Today. Net, though, is something that, it factors into March Madness and the at-large conversation. And I was surprised to see today that it moved the other direction. It moved down after that game. But, how much do those things matter to you during the season when it comes to approaching each and every game?
It's funny, the net, someone brought it up the other day. There's a team that's lost 9 games in a row and jumped like 8 spots in the net. Like, the net is so useless right now. It makes no sense. Like, you could play no one in the non-conference, beat them by 80 points, and that means more than beating, a Davidson. So, I'm really frustrated with the net. I look more at quality wins, strength of schedule, quad 1, quad 2 wins, but that's, again, and I'm disappointed in how the NCAA wants Power 4 schools in the tournament, and they want to squeeze out mid-majors, and that's just the way it is. And there's no looking around it. Say what it is. If you don't want mid-majors, you've ruined college basketball, because the NCAA March Madness, men and women have been made the Cinderella stories. It's what makes March Madness. No one wants to see 500 Power 4 teams that have gotten crushed and they're 18-18 go to the tournament. But you want to see a great mid-major go and make the Final Four. That's a storyline. And so I'm just really disappointed in where our game is today and what we've done to the tournament and how we're protecting certain leagues. And we're not giving the mid-majors credit. We're not getting great teams to the tournament that could make it exciting. And that's why it was called Madness. It's called mediocrity now. So that's what it should be called, March mediocrity. I want to see madness. I want to see upsets. I want to see, underdogs, and that's the storylines. I'd love to see that. And, that's why I don't get frustrated with the net. I try not to look anymore. I tell our team, let's just handle our business. Let's just go one game at a time. Let's stack up wins. Let's build a resume. And in the end, we'll fight. We'll have our A10 rep go to the committee, and we'll fight like dogs to get a 2-bid league, but we're going to have to do that. So And the national recognition, I'm glad our program gets respect from coaches. It means a lot. I don't always look at the media, and half of them don't even watch basketball and they just vote. But when you have coaches vote for you, they understand the game. They understand what you do. Most coaches know resumes and they know the body of work. So when other coaches give us votes and give us the respect, not just our team, but Richmond, Davidson, George Mason, I do enjoy that because it does give us some national recognition, and all our players in the A-10, they deserve that. So, that means more to me than anything, the coaches poll.
Yeah, it doesn't seem right the net moved down, but it is what it is. Couple more rapid-fire questions before we head to the break. Question from Taz Newman on Twitter or X. Under-the-radar players on your group, if you had to name one or two, who would you say contributes the most but maybe doesn't always come up in the box score?
I'm going to say this. I think Big Soph over here, she had the game of her life against Richmond. Like, her stat line was incredible, like 5 steals, 7 rebounds, or 9 rebounds, 8 assists, 18 points, guarded, 1 through 5, things like that everyone looks at points. Everyone looks at, stats like that. But, she's been a complete player, and I just don't think from that position and what she does for us on a daily basis that she gets the recognition she should get. So I'd say Big Soph really goes under the radar for us. And then I'd probably say maybe the last one. No, I'd say Big Soph right now. I think everyone else, gets the credit they're deserved every other game. It's someone new, but I think right now, day in and day out, someone who's been so steady for us, it's her. And I think everyone else gets the recognition because they score the points, but they don't understand where the ball comes from, and that's her, and she plays both sides of the ball. So I'd say Big Soph.
As we wrap up the first segment of our show with Tammi Reiss, the head coach for your Rhody Rams. Obviously, 9 wins at the Ryan Center this year. Great home crowd. And with these shows as well, you get the same crowd, whether it's a year like last year where you're about at 500 or if you're on an 11-game winning streak. What does that mean to you, and what are you most proud of, maybe your most fun moment from this year as we leave you with your final words?
I'm going to say this. I love our fans because they are diehard fans. They're real fans. You bleed Keaney blue, whether we're winning or losing. You don't boo us. You don't stab us in the back. You don't make the kids feel bad about their season or themselves. Basketball players in general don't want to lose basketball games. They want to win. And so the reason I love our fans is because they show up for them day in and day out, and they support them. And that's what a true fan does. Listen, I'm a Yankee and a Laker fan. I've had the ups and the downs, but I would never boo my team
right on
like
cue.
that. I would never boo my team, because I love them, and you got to ride with them. That's your roll dog. That's your team, and so I love our ride and dies, and we have the best fans. I love our Rhody Nation women's basketball. And speaking on that, I want to give a shout out. We had some assistant coaches this year, and we've gone 2-0 this year, but one of them's in the house. Deb Shaw in the house. Led us to a victory. Got to see the behind the scenes, the not so nice Coach Reiss in the background. And then I think our best moment, my most fun moment, I think our biggest win in history was when we went down to Raleigh and we beat NC State. And I walked into that locker room and the smile on their faces, because listen, when you're a mid-major, some mid-majors, you can't compete with Power Fours, but some programs, when you go get a win against a top 25 team, it means something. That's a real win on the road with a sold-out crowd. That probably was the best feeling, just watching their faces in the locker room. That's when I knew we had something. And so that was the best moment of the season, that walking into that locker room and looking at their faces and the pure joy. There's nothing better as a coach.
Very well. Could have been the best win in program history, and you guys got it done this year over at that point, number 16, NC State. Coach, thanks as always for being here with us on the show. We'll step aside. We'll come back on the other side, and we'll be joined by Big Soph and Albina. You've been listening to the Tammi Reiss Coaches Show, presented by People's Credit Union, live on the Rhody Sports Network from Learfield. And we are back live at the Mews Tavern for the Tammi Reiss Coaches Show. We're live as well on the Rhody Sports Network. I want to thank Newport Propane, Rhode Island's #1 choice for all your propane needs. Family owned and operated since 1959. Newport Propane will treat you like part of the family. Visit them at newportpropane.com. And by the Pizza Gourmet, Rhode Island's Wood-Grilled Pizza Crust, a proud sponsor of URI Athletics. Order online today at woodgrilledcrust.com. That's woodgrilledcrust.com. I'm joined now on the Coaches Show by two very great players for the Rhode Island Rams this year. To my right is the sophomore captain, Albina Syla, and at the edge of the table is Big Sophia Vital. Welcome to the show, guys, and as we talked about, a great win last night. How's it feeling right now to be a part of this team?
I mean, it's an amazing feeling to be in this team. Just like a lot of times you heard from Coach, it's just a great team. It's a great, the vibes are always great. It's great to go into practice. Since the morning, we start the morning amazing. So it's just awesome to be a part of the team.
I agree with that 100%. We got a lot of great, like Coach said, personalities on the team, and it's a joy being able to play with these women, and yeah, we just love it here.
And for you two in particular, because you both were with the program last year and you're here this year, and you guys seen firsthand how much the team has evolved and how much better things have gotten. You guys have been a big part in building that up. To play such a pivotal role in being leaders on this team, what does that mean to you guys?
It means a lot. For me, especially personally, it means a lot because it's not only the girls believing in me, it's also the coaches, which I've worked a lot for, and I'm glad that they saw it and they saw it in me. And them believing in me just helps me grow that confidence and grow that believe in myself and push myself every day. It's a really great feeling.
And you were voted captain this year as well. Congratulations on that. Getting your teammates on board and believing in you is a great feat.
I mean, we have a lot of leaders in the team. I just have one of the bigger voices, and I like to.
She's a yapper.
Yep, sometimes. But yeah, I really like to help everybody in the team, and since we got a lot of new people, it's just been a way to lead people and show them how we do it in the Rhody Nation and how we like to do stuff, but also help them be comfortable in their new home. Yeah.
Excellent. Well, I want to go back to the beginning in your recruitment and how you both got to Rhode Island. I'll start with you, Soph. Coming from a little closer to home, just up the road in Massachusetts, what was the recruitment process like, and what about Rhode Island, what about this program and the staff stuck with you and led you to choosing Rhode Island?
Oh, my goodness. I think Tammi started recruiting me when I was in 8th grade, so which is crazy. I was like a baby. I had She says all the time I had like baby fat. It was crazy so long ago, but I think I was recruited by a bunch of other schools, but I think just Rhode Island being my first offer was kind of a full circle moment, and being so close to home was really important for me, and it was really important to have my family at the games and stuff. And I really liked what the coaches had to offer, the plan that they had laid out for me, and it's been working so far, so.
Yeah, I would say so.
Yeah.
And no question. And another thing, too, that's interesting is at the time you were recruited, especially so early on, at that point, when Tammi and the staff had been here, there wasn't a ton of American players on board just yet. The foundation was being established. From the time you were recruited to now, being on the team and having been here for a few years, in your mind, how has the perception of this program changed in terms of being a player from the States and wanting to come to Rhode Island?
I mean, I think, at first there was a lot of international girls on the team, and it was definitely an adjustment for me. But, as we've gotten better, as the international girls have kind of paved the way for this program to be better, more Americans, more people from, around here are looking at Rhode Island, which is really nice. But I kind of just believed in it from the beginning because of the coaches.
And kind of on that note to you, Albina, what was your recruitment process like? I imagine you got a phone call from Coach A at some point. Talk us through that process.
So Coach A contacted me through my old high school coach, and he saw me with the national team when I played at the European Championships. And I guess he saw something in me I couldn't even see probably at that point, and I'm really glad he did. And that's how we started recruiting. I got on a lot of calls with Coach A, with Tammi, and The just like Tammy said, like she loves players that match her like vibe and she likes to coach certain types of players, and I like to be coached by certain types of coaches, and I saw that in the coaching staff here by Tammy and Coach A, and they both the offer I got from here was better than I could have ever gone from any other school.
And I imagine having that, established pipeline of international talent from prior years helped you in your decision as well.
Yes. I had girls that I saw. Like Maye is a great example. The things that I saw, like the way she came here, she was so young, and I saw myself in her, and the way she went it got so good in her 4 years here, like it's amazing. It was amazing to see, and that's my goal. Like by the time I leave here is to reach that level of like basketball. So when I go, I can go and play pro and not worry about it.
Yeah. And we talked about a little bit about Say in the last segment, but Maya came back and helped you guys prepare for a game earlier this year. And I know for you, Soph, being on the same team your first year, that must have been a cool experience for you both.
Yeah, it was really cool. It was really cool to have somebody who has walked in the same shoes, and just to like get that help from her, and she is also such a nice person to have around, and it was really cool.
Yeah, honestly, every time somebody that I played with in the past, it's really nice when they come back, and she was able to make us better and get us ready for a really good game.
Yeah, we're talking with Albina Syla and Sophia Vital from Rhody Women's Basketball on the Tammi Reiss Coaches Show. And for you both, the improvement from last year to this year is off the charts, and the way you've responded to start this year. And for you, Soph, it's always around the time conference play starts, around New Year's, right out of the winter break, and you come out swinging, and it's almost like you're a different player out there. What has made you so good at this time of the year when it comes to playing these conference opponents and these conference rivals?
I think even last year, I used non-conference as like a warm-up. I get a feel for things, and then when it gets to conference, I really start to lock in and do the little things for my team, and just do the best I can to do whatever that my team needs.
Yeah, and your rebounding has been incredible as well. And
Let me crash.
In conference play, you've averaged 7 rebounds a game, and you had a double-double against George Washington, 19 points, 14 rebounds. I wish there was a way for me to find this. I can't imagine any other players at your height have even had that many before, and there probably haven't been many. What has made you so good at that? Is that something you've worked on either in the offseason over the years? How have you just gotten to that level?
I'm not going to lie, before every single day in practice, we do a rebounding drill, and usually me and Inez we usually like what we call our get back. So when it's our transition defense, we have 3 people crashing, and then we have 2 people getting back. So every day in practice when we do that rebounding drill, I just try to prove to the coaches that I can rebound, so I can be the one crashing and somebody else can get back.
I doubt anyone's questioning that now at this point.
It's not changing. I don't care.
Looks like you got to start averaging 10 a game.
Literally.
Is that where the nickname Big Soph comes from? Has that been something that you've had most of your life playing basketball, or is this a fairly new nickname you've picked up?
No, I've kind of had it like throughout my life. Just it's kind of like a joke because I'm so small, but I also play like I'm Albina Syla too.
You do, no question.
A little bit.
She does.
Albina, I'll ask you the same thing. And it's true for you both. You kind of had to sit and watch your first year and kind of absorb the game in that way. And then you this year, Albina, have gotten a lot more minutes. You've started every game, and even from before the first game, from the preseason scrimmages, it was clear that you've just made such a huge jump. What did you put in this offseason? What did you work on to ultimately put yourself in position to be a key player?
Honestly, I worked on a lot of just being aggressive by myself. I feel like I've always been in that role where I look to pass so much, and I like to pass. But this year, I've just really, with the national team, being aggressive, going all the way to the basket, getting deep catches, and that's been my whole goal, just being more confident and gaining that confidence. I feel like from last year, I saw how much Honey and Awa worked, and And that was like all I needed to see, because I knew that if I worked as hard as them, like I'm gonna get something out of it at the end of the day.
Yeah, and absolutely, because that confidence has been on full display lately. You had a great game, a double-double against Duquesne, 23 points, a career high, 11 rebounds. Oh, and you had 3 blocks as well, getting it done on the defensive side. And you lead the team in rebounds a game at just over 6. And Coach Tammi talked about in the last segment, Coach A and Coach Jax have obviously worked with you guys a ton throughout the season. And I have to ask, I always ask when we have post players on the show, I think you know what's coming. Do you have any Coach A stories from your time here, one that really stands out that you can share with us?
I have a lot of coaching stories, but there's a lot of them. But I feel like the most important one is, I don't remember which game it was, but I went like 0 for 7. And the only thing he told me was, you know why I'm mad? It's not because you missed 7 shots. He was like, because you stopped shooting. You should have been 0 for 21 at least. And that was something that really like stood with me. And the fact that he believes in me that much to shoot 21 shots and miss all of them says a lot. So that really like helped me fight through that. Like I was scaring myself to shoot when I was missing, and that just that really helped me like my thought process in that sense. And yeah, he pushes us, but everything he does with love and care. Like he really cares for us, and that's why he pushes us so hard.
That's awesome. Coach A obviously is one of the best to do it here at Rhode Island as well. And it's funny that classic basketball lesson you kind of said, it's better to go 0 for 30 than 0 for 5 because you kept shooting. With that being said, and you know him well, Wolf Ramsey on X had a question for you. He wanted to know, when is your first 3 going to happen this year?
I'm dead.
Well, that's a good question. Honestly, I'm not sure yet, but honestly, my teammates are the ones telling me to shoot it one day.
Albina.
But I'm not really. That's the thing, is that I'm not at the 3-point line that much this year. Last year, I don't know where I found the confidence to shoot those threes, but
You had a couple in that Providence game.
But this year, I'm a lot more like deep in the post because now I'm rolling all the way. So. But yeah, we'll see. Maybe one day.
Yeah, you haven't had to worry about it too much this year. You've had plenty of help all over the floor, and just so many scorers on this team. And I'll go back to Soph now. You've had the opportunity to guard some of the top talent in the conference. Last year, I remember you went blow for blow with Megan McConnell, who's now playing professionally, had a stint in the WNBA. In your time playing here, who is your favorite guard, or maybe the best guard that you've had to play defense against, that you had to go against here in the A-10?
Ooh, best guard. Like, it doesn't have to be this year.
It could be at any time.
I would say Megan McConnell.
Yeah,
she's really
good.
talented, really tough. She was in the best shape of her life last year. Like, she was definitely a tough opponent, and I really like a challenge and playing against tough players. So I would say Megan McConnell.
You had 20 points in that game too. You were getting it done.
Yeah.
I want to ask both you guys. I'm here with Sophia Vital and Albina Syla for Rhody on the Tammi Reiss Coaches Show. A cool question I would like to ask is who do you model your games after? Because sometimes it's so easy to see, oh yeah, there's a little hint of this person in you. And I'll start with you, Albina. Who have you modeled your game off of? Someone in the pros, NBA or WNBA? Who do you see yourself in?
Well, I watched a lot of Emma Messeman. She plays for the Belgium national team. Has played for many years in the WNBA. She's a great post. The way she moves, the moves that she has, and she's also not not mobile of a post, which it's like just the way she finishes the ball, but she also shoots it. And just the way she plays, it's so effortless. And every time, I wish one day I know my game is gonna be like that in the post where the moves just come and I don't need to think too much. Which hand am I using?
You're on your way, no
Yep.
doubt. And so for you, who you see your game in when you look at the professional level?
I say like looking back, like in the WNBA, definitely Sue Bird, and in the NBA, maybe Kyrie Irving, Chris Paul, just being a small guard and being just crafty and being like a true point guard.
After asking the question to Coach Tammi in the first segment about one-on-one with Dawn, I'm wondering what a one-on-one with you and Tammi back in the playing days would be like.
It's not even close.
Oh,
It's not even close.
Oh
We
man,
got
if
Frank.
only we could get that matchup. I would pay. I'd pay a game check to see that. I'm not gonna lie.
Not even close.
So we're here with Tammi Reiss on the Tammi Reiss Coaches Show with Albina Syla and Sophia Vital. We got a cool question from Ryan Center Wi-Fi. Some of you may have seen them on Twitter. They're a really cool account. Big Rhody fan. They want to know when you guys had those pickup games in the summer against the football team on Fridays. You guys already know there was some guys in the football team that were balling out. The question is, which football player thinks they're good at basketball but should probably stay in their lane with football?
Ooh.
Oh, a lot. Well, you go for it. A lot of them could hoop like that. I was surprised. Especially because we don't really play American football. That's what we call it back home. But we don't play that much back there. But I didn't know that many of them they can actually play. They're really good.
Yeah, I think like growing up, like most of them played basketball and football like interchangeably. So most of them are pretty good, but maybe AJ Pena should stick to playing football.
I think that would be a wise choice for him. I think he's playing some bowl game tonight, actually. So congratulations to AJ on that. Actually, on that note, did either of you guys play other sports growing up besides basketball?
Oh, so many.
Really? No, I stick to basketball. I grew up. I was the tallest one in the class. I started basketball pretty.
Choice was kind of made for you.
Yeah.
I want to ask you guys another question. This was from Tanessa Azar, who's here today. Where are you? Shout out to Tanessa. She wants to know, for both of you guys, where's your favorite venue, city that you've played in the Atlantic 10 or just in general in your time here at Rhode Island?
I have one. My favorite one was Chicago. It has to be. Chicago was so. I've never been to Chicago before, and honestly, it was really, 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 really beautiful. We had some time off there, so we went on a little walk, got to see the city. Really short walk, but still, because we were right there, and it was really nice. It was really beautiful. I liked it.
It was a great sight to see the bean. I was there as well. I had never seen it before. It was pretty cool.
Yeah, took a lot of photos. Shout out Michaela.
Shout out Michaela.
What about you, So?
I would say the same. I've been to Chicago before, but I really like going to Chicago. It was really fun, and we got to see the Big Bean, so that was pretty cool.
The Bean was the star of the show out on that trip.
Oh yeah.
As we continue on, we're nearing the end of the show here on the Tammi Reiss Coaches Show. I want to go one at a time here in terms of goals that you have. We'll start with goals for this season because obviously you've accomplished so much and there's so much work still to do. But at the end of the season, when you look back, what do you want to say that you've accomplished and that you'll feel like you've hit that mark?
Well, I feel like personally, I just want to be like. I don't really. So can you start?
I can start.
Okay, we can switch.
I was like, let me think.
Yeah.
I think the ultimate goal for us is at the end of the season we want to win the A10 championship and we want to go to the tournament. That's from day one. That was our number one goal.
Yeah.
And Coach brought it up before. Like we had 3 team goals and being connected and togetherness is really important for us. And being a really good defensive team, knowing that she went out to recruit for strictly offense, like we want to take pride in that and play together and play really good defense so it can lead to us winning an A10 championship and getting to the tournament.
Yeah. I mean, adding to that, also, what also Tammi said about the team chemistry, I feel like this team like what we've accomplished until now and the chemistry we've accomplished because we got so many new players. It's amazing, and it's just growing every single day. Like, we're learning stuff about each other. We're becoming closer and closer that I just know, like, by the time the season ends and school ends and we have to go home, it's going to be, again, another really hard flight home. But I feel like that's the goal. Like, keep on growing as a team and keep on growing as individuals, and the sky's the limit with this team, honestly.
Yeah, actually, I meant to ask you earlier, Albina, and I always like to ask this as well. Coming up, growing up in Finland and playing basketball over there and now coming to America, what are some major differences that you've noticed in playing? I imagine there's a lot.
A lot. Well, we can start with the physicality is so different. And then just, like, the competition, like, every single game is every single practice is a competition. I feel like sometimes we get a little like used to playing with your teammates back home and stuff, and here, like, even though that's the thing about this team, like, even though we're really close and we're friends, like, when we go to practice, like, we're going after each other, like, everybody's pushing each other, like, there is no buddy there, like, no, like, you're going and you're like in their face and you're doing all of that, and also just like the talking is really, like, I feel like here I was so surprised last year because I'm usually, like, the loudest talker, and I came here, and I was so quiet in practice, and Tammi kept yelling at me about communicating on the court, and I was like, I'm sorry, but, like, but yeah, that communication is really big here, and that's what I appreciate.
Trial by fire.
Yep.
We have a few minutes left. I'll go rapid fire for a couple quick questions. I'll start back with you, Albina. Favorite moment at Rhode Island so far?
Ooh, a lot. I feel like, well, the favorite one just has to be that win against NC State. That was just like it was a team. It was a team win. It was just a beautiful day for us, and it was just like seeing us enjoy basketball together, and that's the most important thing.
What was your favorite moment?
I agree with Albina, but I think also when we beat Richmond, like, that was a really big game for us. Yeah. That was a really big win for us, and it kind of just let everybody know, like, yeah, we're here to play. Like, we're here.
And not only did you beat them, you didn't trail at any point in that game, wire to wire.
Yeah.
It was a great win. Last question before we wrap up, or second to last question. If you had to pick 2 or 3 words to describe your game, what would it be?
2 or 3 words?
Yeah.
Fast. Fast, shifty. Unguardable.
Ooh. Okay, so mine gotta be mine gotta be 3 words. Like, I don't know.
You got it.
Deep catches. What else? Probably energy and. I don't know.
You're at 3.
Like loudness, just talking,
Yeah.
a lot of loudness.
Communication. That's been something that you guys have done so well this year, all throughout. As we've hit the top of the hour on the Tammi Reiss Coaches Show, I want to leave you guys with the final word. Great start to the season, undefeated in conference play, 11 wins in a row. Big one coming up at Dayton on Sunday. Just anything you want to leave here tonight with.
We really just want to say thank you to all the fans for supporting us through the ups and downs. Like, we really appreciate you guys, and we want to keep this rolling. We want to keep winning, and we really just appreciate your support.
Yeah. Yeah, just to add to that, thank you, like, to the fans. Thank you, everybody in the, like, Rhody family. Thank you to all the students, all the athletes that come to our game. We really appreciate it. Like, the women's basketball team appreciates every single one that takes time out of their day to come and support us, because that just means a lot. Like, just even watching just like half of the game, like, means so much to us, and we're really proud and grateful for that. Thank you.
Thanks again to everyone who's here. A few shout-outs as well to our Rhody Sports Property team that's here. Chris and James, thank you guys. Thanks, Michaela Benford, SID, for Rhody Women's Basketball.
Hey.
Thank you, Andrew Mean, for getting us on the air, as always. And, of course, thanks to all of you who made it here today and to everyone listening on Rhody Sports Network as well. Thanks to Tammi Reiss. Thank you to Albina and Soph. Thanks for being on the show with us today. Rhody plays at Dayton, 2 p.m. Sunday tip-off. Yeah. Also a national TV game on CBS Sports Network, so don't miss it. You'll probably be bundled up at home in the snowstorm, so it's the perfect thing to watch. With that being said, thanks for joining us. This has been the Tammi Reiss Coaches Show presented by People's Credit Union live on the Rhody Sports Network from Learfield.